Hello, my name is Beta Darius and I'm here with my classmate
Bogdan Horoba.
Today we'll talk about cars, about everything we know about cars.
Sorry to interrupt you, Darius, but I think you got the wrong picture.
No, I was just joking, not this type of cars. And this is the correct picture with the basic cars that take the majority of the people from point A to point B. Of course, we will not talk only about BMWs, but we need to have a presentation of a BMW in our project. We will start with the review of the brand new BMW X7. This is our car and it just arrived. It is the brand new BMW X7, the latest release from BMW. It is the largest SUV BMW has ever made and it has 7 seats. But our car has only 6 seats because in the back it has only 2 captain seats that are separate, not a bench that all the SUVs have.
We will start with the front that I think looks very aggressive, as you can see. In the middle, we can find the classic BMW logo, which is right above this nice black kidney grille, which is absolutely huge. But it looks very good because everything about this car is big. Also, here you can see these beautiful headlights, aggressive as well. These are the latest technology from BMW, being the laser lights. Their range is about 600 meters away, so you can see everything in front of you in the night. Also, if you really want, you can turn on the high beam in the night and make day outside. This is not a joke, you can really blind other drivers if they are not expecting that.
Moving to the rear end, you can see how big this car can be. The taillights are sharp and beautiful, and you can look at the rear bumper and see how aggressive it can look with the 2 rear exhaust tips. You can also see the black shiny line that goes along the rear end, and it was specific only to the 7 series. Getting to the side of the car, you can see the very big doors and the huge windows they have. From inside the car, the visibility is great and you can see almost everything. Also, the color of the car is a satin metallic graphite, which I think looks the best on this car with all the shiny black accents. The rims of this car are the biggest you can get from BMW, having a size of 22 inch. They are huge and I think they look very good. Also, they are the BMW individual rims, which are the most expensive ones and I think the best looking ones. Not to mention that the back tires are wider than the front ones. Now let's get to the technical specifications. This is the M50D model, which means it has a 3-liter inline-6 diesel engine with 4 turbos. That means it can develop up to 400 horsepower and 760 Newton meters, being the top of the range, the fastest and the most powerful diesel in the world. Not to mention that with a software modification, nothing about hardware, only software, you can get this engine up to 515 horsepower and 816 Newton meters. The last thing about the engine is the sound, so I will let you hear some revs. And from my perspective, I think it sounds very good for a diesel. The interior is very nice. Everything you touch is made out of the best material BMW offers you. It's full of BMW individual leather, up on the dashboard, down on the seats, on the door panels, everywhere is BMW individual leather, which is the best and the softest leather you can have in a car. Here in the video you can see the best sound system BMW offers you. It has a whopping 1500 watts and it sounds amazing. You also have to pay 5,000 euros more for this option, but I think it deserves every single euro you pay for it because it's absolutely excellent. Just listen.
Mascați atunci când toți prietenii tăi îți poartă măști. Fratele de toamne, subiect de bârfe printre găți. La mine în bucătărie, cooking, facem două. La mine în bucătărie, toți gătim, dar fără șos. Vin mascații.
That's the center console, and here you can see the gear shifter. It has crystal on it and it's pretty expensive. There are all the buttons for the normal commands of the car. You can see there the Sport, the Comfort, the Eco Pro modes. This is the parking brake. You can see the suspension lever and also the traction, the cameras, the startup button. Everything is here on the center console. That's the gear selector, there's the parking button, and that's the iDrive controller that also has crystal on it. That's the dashboard, and you can see it shows all the information. You can cycle between consumption, kilometers, Newton meters and horsepower used, G-forces, the music, driving mode. And here is the main screen with the latest BMW infotainment system with the best cameras BMW offers you that are optional. You can see the car 360 degrees from whatever point you like. Here's a demonstration of what the latest technology from BMW looks like. Of course, it's optional and you have to pay extra for it to get it. But here, the BMW reverses itself back 50 meters to where it was. Now let's get to the back where is a lot of interesting stuff too. You can see there is not a bench, there are two separate seats and they are electrically adjustable. You also have sunshades that give a really nice atmosphere and a luxurious feel. Now here's a demonstration of how to put on the 6 seats because now there are only 4. You can see we have to take off the roller that is protecting, and after that we have to go in the back and press just a single button and everything is electrically adjusted, so the seats come up and then you have 6 seats. The boot is of course electrically operated, both the upper side and the lower side, because you can see it's a split tailgate and it has 2 segments. Both of them have buttons that you use to close or open them, and you can see that you can also open them by swinging your foot under the car, and you could see that was Bogdan trying to do it and didn't really get the move. Of course, there is a lot more to talk about this car, but we don't want to make this video an hour, so we'll stop here. I will just show you some night views from the car because the illumination is very nice. I really like it, the ambient lighting and the carpet it makes on the ground. That was our review of the car. I hope you liked it. We tried to make it as short as possible and talk about as many things as we could, but we didn't have enough time. Of course, we could talk a lot more, but that's it.
Now I'm going to tell you some interesting facts about cars. Did you know that every day about 165,000 cars are manufactured, and there are almost 1 billion cars on the earth? Also, an average car consists of 30,000 parts minimum. Another interesting fact is that Singapore is the most expensive country in which you can buy a brand new car. It charges lots of taxes on all new car purchases, and the owners have the obligation to buy a certificate of entitlement. In other words, they don't want everyone to have a car there. A third interesting fact is that back in the early 90s, the cost of buying a brand new car would be around $825. It's hard to believe that the Ford Model T was worth only $950. The prices seem to be unimaginable, but they would be thousands of dollars in today's time. I thought that you were wondering which was the first automobile ever made. Well, Carl Benz developed the first automobile in 1885. The speed of the car was 16 kilometers per hour. It had an excellent design and was known as the Benz Patent Motorwagen. If we talk about top-selling car around the world, then undoubtedly it is only one name, and that is the Toyota Corolla. It is sold in over 150 countries and different regions. Can you believe that a company sells one Corolla every 50 seconds? The world's fastest police car is certified by Guinness World Records, and it is no other than Bugatti Veyron that is commonly used by Dubai police. It uses a 16-cylinder engine which produces 1000 horsepower. Surprisingly, the car has a top speed of 253 miles per hour, which means 407 kilometers per hour, and has a remarkable ability to climb from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.5 seconds. And finally, we have the world's most expensive car. In celebration of its legendary Grand Tours, its 110-year anniversary, Bugatti built the one of Le Vucenois, a $18.9 million 500 horsepower super coupe. Based closely on the Chiron, the Bugatti Le Vucenois is essentially a coach-built supercar for the 1%.
For the end of this project, I would like to talk about the best game with cars of 2020. This game is named Forza Horizon 4. It is a racing game developed by Playground Games and published by Microsoft Studios. It was released on the 2nd of October 2018 on Xbox One and Microsoft Windows Store after being announced at Xbox 2018 conference. The game is set in a representation of areas of Great Britain. It is the fourth Forza Horizon title and 11th installment in Forza games. The game takes place in Great Britain, with regions that include condensed representations of Edinburgh, the Lake District, Ambleside and Cotswolds. It currently features over 700 licensed cars. So, why is this game so special? Well, it's so special because you can do whatever you want in it. You can go just for a ride, you can go drift your favorite car, or you can do top speed runs on the highway with the best car in the game or whatever you want. Also, the game has seasons. Every week on Thursday, the season changes, so if you don't like the winter, you can come back the next week and play on your favorite season. For example, here I took my favorite car, which of course is a BMW. And I took it for a very fast ride. After I got bored of the very fast ride with my favorite car, I decided that I want to drift another car, another BMW of course, because it's very good at drifting. And I got in a roundabout and started drifting it as long as I wanted. Now that I got bored of drifting, I started going very aggressively and very dangerously on the road. After that, I took the car to a special portion for drifting and I drifted it as long as I wanted. After you get bored of everything you did, you can go for a top speed run on the highway. So I took the best car in the game and I just floored it on the highway. Of course, there are races in this game, because it's about racing. But you have to be attentive, because too much speed is not always good. And that's how you lose a race. Well, that was our presentation about cars.
Thank you for your attention, and we will leave you with some funny bloopers.
Hello, my name is Better. Hello, my name is...
Now we have a very special edition, because in this BMW we have turn signals. So it knows how to signal. Huh? You know, it works. It's very important, because a lot of BMW users don't have that. Also, we have hazard lights. Yes? And they work, and the car isn't on fire yet, so it's good.
Salutare dragi urmăritori, vreau BMW. Astăzi ne urcăm
Într-un cincior!
Ia să vedem cum pornește bestia la rece. Hai că n-a fost rău.
Joc bine, sarapan, saragran, saraban sau stai, saraman, saraplan sau sare, sarafan, își face filme ca la Cannes, sumă mare după... Adică tu te duci prin fața blocului cu buchete mari de flori, stai pe la geamuri, stai nopți, scrii scrisori și când colo, prin spatele blocului trece Adiță cu E46-le, hap, se urcă și haide!
2